So, like I was saying about why do you think it's so much separation amongst the original nations, such as uh, the different organizations? Like I was saying, such as the Hebrew Israelites, the Moorish Americans, the Nation of Islam. These are original societies, societies with original people and Asiatic people. At the same time, they separated, but they all based in Islam. They all based in Islam. No, excuse me. Hebrew Israelites not based in Islam. They got a common denominator, all being Asiatic. That's the common denominator. Mm-hmm. And some of these organizations are based in Islam. You know, but we know a guy might say what's up to each other, but you may not hear if you are more and I'm in the nation, or this might be the nation of God's earth. You might be a 5%er. You may not hear say that's my brother, but he might you a more. You might hear the other. You say no, another more. That's your brother. But the guy, I'm not saying you as an individual, but this how I go. I'm a nation. I might not say you my brother, but I may say the other 5%er is my brother. Do you follow what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Instead of saying we all brothers, you know what I'm saying? So we just got different vehicles. Like you might got a Mercedes, I might got a BMW, but you still my brother. Right. It's because you have another vehicle that you travel in to get to your destination. So why do you think there's so much of a separation in our community instead of us all coming together? Do you think this is by design, or you think it's just by total ignorance and hate for one another, or both?
I'll put it to you like this: you know the tree by the fruit it bears.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, I'm my own personal opinion. I would think that, no matter what street you take, if all of the streets lead to downtown, then what difference do it make?
I see it making no difference.
See it, and that's
you and I.
But what I'm saying, that's my point. See, the devil is in the details. Mm. So when you get to talking about, why are all of these people separate? What are they really following? Mm. Because what is the purpose of following these particular things? Because these are not just your everyday run-of-the-mill religions. These quote-unquote religions have nationalistic leanings. So if we're not chasing, or if we're not nation building in the process, then, like I say, the devil is in the detail. So what exactly, I'm saying, what is the actual purpose of these particular things? Is it about ego? Okay, well, I want to be the one that came up with the concept that saved the world. Or is it really about, I'm really out here, man, trying to uplift my people? And if that's the case, then the bottom line is that despite what we call ourselves, we all catching hell for a common reason. And that common thread is that, we're melanated people. We're melanated people, and we're not in the position that we need to be in. So the main issue is the most pressing issue. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you call yourself. You can call yourself a duck. If you look like me and you live around me, it's more advantageous for me to strategize with you than for me to be polarizing and cause division with you, because I see you every day. The individual that's corrupting my community, I don't see him every day. So we have a common enemy. I mean, for the life of me, I don't understand it. I think that what happens is that, like the old saying goes, a lot of people, man, become so heavenly bound, man, that they no longer know earthly good. They allow, man, they allow their ideologies and their philosophies, man, to overshadow, man, what the real true intent of what these groups were formed for. And they were formed for the upliftment fallen humanity. And if we're not uplifting fallen humanity, and that means everybody, if we're not, and I'm talking about everybody as far as those that are within our community, if we're not doing that, man, then I don't even know what the hell what the hell they even said about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with whoever, man. If that, like right now, if somebody, if like right now, God forbid, but if right now somebody was to snatch somebody up, a child up right now,
God forbid,
and me and you standing outside and we see it, I'm not about to ask you what your religion is.
Right.
We about to be in hot pursuit, bro.
Yes, sir.
And I'm saying, like, basically, the reason why I chose that metaphor is because that's exactly what's going on. People are snatching our children up by misinforming them in these public school systems, by poisoning them in these supermarkets and in these fast food fraudulent places, man, of nutrition. They literally are killing our children in front of our eyes. They literally are snatching our children up and kidnapping them. Because once you control someone's mind, man, what's left? Man, anybody that want to build, man, with me, and want to ride with me, man, to try to bring about, man, better condition, man, I'm not about to ask you, man, what you belong to, man, or what you represent, or what do you call him, man, that's, I think that, that right there is another one of the deceptive tricks, man, of Shaitan, the devil, the Lord self, whatever you want to call him, the wicked beast, that skunk of planet Earth, you want to call that sucker, man. He got his hands in some foolishness.
I call him Caucasian devil.
Hey, whatever, man.
Skunk, the skunk of the planet Earth.
Shoot.
Yakub's grafted devil. Jacob's grafted devil.
Right.
The skunk of the planet Earth, because everywhere he went on the earth, he stunk it up.
And the crazy part about it, Ansar, is this, bro. Like, we had an affectionate name that we used to call this sucker, man. Well, I don't know if it was affectionate, but we had a name we used to call this sucker, man. That stemmed from slavery. They called it cracker. Because the cracker that whip. But then you think about crackers. Like, you got saltines, but you also got graham crackers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And them graham crackers, man, here you got an individual, man, with that, for all intents and purposes, he looked just like you and me. But his mentality,
still a cracker.
Man, and that's why you got a saltine cracker, and you got a graham cracker. You got to be, hey, look at here, man, you got to be on the diet.
You got to know what's going on.
You got to know what you got to know, man, about them crackers, man. I
want to say this, brother, to the people, to the viewing audience, and I want to say it to you, that we talked about, you mentioned how we separated, but we got a common denominator, which is us being original people. And a lot of us don't even know, that our viewing people, that what makes us original people, what makes us Moors, what makes us what we call black people or Asiatics. It's a thing very important, and it's the key of life. It's called melanin. This is the key of life, this melanin. And this melanin is divine, and it's very, very powerful. This is what makes us Moors. This is what makes us who we are, the original people, the thing that can't be destroyed, because melanin can't be destroyed, and it can take on any form. This is melanin, and we have that melanin, and our enemies is jealous of that melanin. So the brother said they poison our children, they snatching up our children through different programs, through different ideology. And if you understand properly, the scientists know this, but we don't read enough, that if you look at a computer screen long enough, a phone screen long enough, a TV screen long enough, it destroys the melanin in the body. It's not natural to look at the computer screen, to look at the TV screen, to look at the phone screen. Okay? This is why they're making it to high definition. That's why he said everybody got to change over to high definition. He said about the grocery market, he said the foods that we put in our bodies, the foods that we eat, those processed foods from all these fast food restaurants and the grocery stores that's in our communities, the food that we eat destroys the melanin. And when you can begin to destroy melanin in the people, what happens is that they begin to mutate. Okay, and they begin to turn as a Caucasian. This is what they start to come to be a Caucasian. So now, if you don't see them transforming through the skin, you see it. You at least see it in the mind. Their minds are not strong as they used to be. They disrespecting. It's one day when children used to respect their parents and honor and love their parents. Now they disrespecting their parents. That's not amongst the melanated people, but our melanin is being destroyed in every form and fashion. So you said we got to eat right. Mm-hmm. That's very important. I'm a strong advocate in that, and that's what I'm in practice of that. And I say practice because I got a lot of work to do, and I'm in practice of that. And what I begin to discover and learn, I begin to share with people. Okay, so he's a big advocate into the physical workout. So we was talking about today about physically working out. So we put what I know together, the eating, and he know the physical workout. Man, we becoming complete. You know, and that's what we got to do as a people, as a community. We have to come together. I'm universal. This brother, Moorish American, we come together on a common denominator that we melanated people, that we Moors. People argue in the conscious community about that we not Moors, you know, but a person have to really understand what that is, you know, and Moor is deep, you know, and it's deeper than just the skin, the pigmentation of the skin, you know. More actually, if you really understand, it's before the manifestation of the skin. It's one that's navigating through the spirit ethers to go to experience the manifestation of the skin. So he's mooring, he's navigating to experience. And everything we do is more. Once you go on your woman and have a baby, your sperm moors, it navigates to the egg to have that spirit, to have that physical experience. So more is beyond the pigmentation of the skin. So yes, the original people of the land, the first people of the sun-kissed people, we are all Moors. We need to come together on a common ground to understand that and not down someone because they say they are Moor. And just because you don't have the knowledge or you was taught something different. You know. Now I want to bring a topic about something I see in our community is destruction of the household. I got sent a text message that showed, I wish I could show you this text message, but my phone is in the car. It had a woman standing there next to a man. And this woman was standing, she was a woman, but she had a penis. She naked. She had a penis. Right? And a manly chest. But it was a woman. She still had her shapely body. And the man standing next to her, he had the manly body, but he had breasts and a vagina. And they said, this is what happened. And this happened purposely so a household would not flourish. What you think? What you see going on from your own experience and that you experienced through your life? You know what I'm saying? And also, what do you see with your what you see in our community, man, amongst the households? Because our household is sort of divided, man. You know what I'm saying? So what you see, black brother?
That's the greatest strategy of the enemy. You know, when before he even shows his face, he wants to be able to destroy everything that props you up militarily to be able to fight against him. If you don't have the proper equipment to fight off your enemy, then he can just come right on in and establish his beachhead and take over.
That's heavy, brother. That's
You know?
heavy.
So I'm saying, like, you know, quoting Abraham Lincoln from out of the Bible, he said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." I mean, what is the greatest ally that we have? You know, it's each other. It says in the beginning, male and female created he them and called their name Adam. It wasn't just a male, and that's I think a lot of theologians really don't understand what that is saying. It says male and female created he them and called their name Adam, because the process, the image of God, is not possible without a man and a woman. It's not possible. You cannot be formulated or formed in the image and after the likeness of God in that context and then not be a man and a woman. So once we break that up, then we bust up the mindset of a God. You can't function in the image of something if you're not whole in the image that you was created in. So, you know, that right there, you know, and you know, like it says in Koran More Science to America, you know, the clearest human knowledge is but blindness and folly. You know, the things that most people are trying to learn is foolishness. It don't have nothing to do with the reconstruction of our communities. You know what I mean? It's all about, you know, sport and play, man. Like, you know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, man, you know, this world is sport and play, man. You know, we functioning on the wrong stuff, man. we not focusing on, farming. You know, you literally, you hear everybody. I'm talking about, man, we ain't just talking about the brothers and the sisters that's in the so-called, and I say so-called, but that's in the so-called conscious communities. That's talking about, man, this European. We talking about brothers and sisters at the barbershop that call themselves niggas, that recognize, man, that this guy is wicked. You know, so if that be the case, then what is the problem with us? Because the European, he don't have no problem. He doing what he's supposed to do. Creating havoc and hell on earth. You know, our situation, man, is that, you know, we not following what's going on. We turn on our TV, man, to see a brother, man, getting his head blew off. I mean, you know, because that's where media has come to. We see a brother getting his head blew off without a justifiable cause, and we go and we march. We might even burn something down, but 9 times out of 10 we burn it down in the place, man. And 9 times out of 10, in a couple of days we're gonna have to go and shop. But now we can't go and shop there because we burned it down in our own community. I'm just saying, man, that's because, man, the relationship between the man and the woman has rendered us to a state to where we're no longer formed in the image and after the likeness. So when we say God, it's not just a man. It's not just about, you know, me. I'm a male and I'm a God. No, I'm not a God without my woman. It's impossible. You know, I could formulate something, but I'm saying without me being able to inject my seed into the repository of life, nothing comes forth. You know, guys learn that in prison, man.
I want to expound on you on that for a second, for the listening audience to be clear on what you're saying, and I want you to see as I'm correct. What the brother is saying, like, I say I'm God, which I am God. You know, I say I'm God. But at the same time, the reason why in the book of Genesis, you have three creations. All right, you have I want to say 1 and 26, Genesis 1:26, Genesis 2:7, Genesis 5:3. And he was talking about Genesis 5:3, where God is making a people, their name. You know, now what the brother is saying, so we can make it more clear, because he on a heavy level right now. You know what I'm saying? We'll make it more clear. Okay, yes, the Holy Quran says that we are made complete but yet incomplete. Meaning, yes, I am God, or yes, the black woman is a goddess, but at the same time, God manifested Himself and made both of the sexes that He may perpetuate Himself, that He may live forever. And He can't live forever. God can't. Remember, God is infinite. He lives forever. He can't live forever, or she can't live forever without her or his counterpart. So if I'm just a God by myself without a counterpart, I'm a dead God, because I can't father my seed. I can't father my life. I can't perpetuate it. So this is why we saying, hey, me God, I got to perpetuate life. I need the womb. Okay, and for her, this goddess perpetuate life. She a goddess, she complete but yet incomplete. It's like he complete but yet incomplete. This goddess needs the phallus to perpetuate life. Okay, so therefore, this is what we come in the Kemetic system that we say we call ma'at, balance, justice. You know, so this is what he's saying to make it all the way smooth for the nation of Islam, nation of gods and earth. So this is what he talking about, because I know a lot of conscious people love to debate, love to send me emails on things that they don't get the full grasp on. Is that what you were saying, brother?
Because like, you know, like I said a little while back, a house divided against itself cannot stand. And I'm saying, like, we're fighting oppression, but in the process of fighting oppression, there's oppression going on in our households. So I'm trying to I be trying to get the gist of what people be saying. You know, when I be looking at some of these YouTube posts, or when I be listening to some of these guys, and they be saying that, you know, that, I mean, literally in their heads, it's like they don't understand the duality in life, period. In the duality in the universe. Like, when you look at the solar system, for instance, without the moon, the sun has nothing to reflect its energy.
That's heavy.
So I'm saying like when we study all of these different sciences as human beings, because we were blessed, we were given intelligence. We were given this intelligence that we may be able to measure and subdue all within our grasp, all within our vision. So in understanding that, how do we get to the point to where we separate ourselves from the universe when we're dealing with our woman? Because without her, there is no life. Not any physical life. So if there is no physical life, then there's no perpetuation. And without the perpetuation of physical life, there's no philosophy, there's no sciences, there's no mathematics, there's nothing. We're extinct at that point.
That's right.
We're made in the image and after the likeness. So she got to play her position. We have to play our position in order for us to merge together to form God. There is no God with just male. There is no God with just female. And this is the reason why the assault of homosexuality is so damaging, because there's no perpetuation.
Can we talk about homosexuality?
There is no balance. I mean,
I know you might not want to touch on that subject.
Yeah, because
you might get a lot of hate on the
on
the emails.
No, it's not even that, really. And the only reason why I tapped it.
I want to tap it a little bit too.
The only reason why I tapped it a little bit is because, You know, I don't think that we really understand the position that we're in at this point.
Let me
as a
ask you this
people.
question, man. I got I got 3 questions for you.
Mhm.
So try to be precise with me, because I'm gonna make a point for the viewing audience. You was talking about homosexuality.
Mhm.
Try to be precise for me, brother. Do you think homosexuality in the black community is by design?
I mean, look at the explosion of it.
Do you,
I'm not, man. I'm
do you
not.
think it's by design?
Yeah,
The proliferation of it.
it's being promoted
Okay, so that's by design.
because most of the new TV shows that's on
Yeah, and ask you another
are
question.
focusing on that particular situation. I'm not saying I'm not judging, and I want to get this out there. I'm not judging anybody for their sexual orientation or their sexual inclination. But what I'm saying is that most people, and I want to say most people, I want to put it to you.
That's why we on TV, man. You can say anything you want to say.
I'm gonna put it like this.
Anything you want to say.
I'm gonna
about
put it like I'm
TV,
gonna put it like this. We have a lot of issues facing us in our community. And when I say our community, I'm saying whatever you want to label yourself, man. That's miscue. I'm saying in our community, and people know what I'm talking about when I say our community. We got a lot of issues to deal with, and the main issues that we need to be dealing with is financial, political, spiritual. I didn't mention religious, but I'm saying financial, political, and spiritual. And one of the things that the enemy does is he brings in these sidebar situations to distract us from the main issues that we need to address that are causing the most hindrance in our development as a people. We need schools, we need jobs, we need better conditions, not just physical conditions with our homes and with our streets and with our eating situation. We need better conditions in our households, because it's because of these conditions, these deteriorating conditions in our households, that are causing all of these different things that you see that's going on around us now, which are the topics of child molestation, homosexuality. And yeah, I say homosexuality, and I'm not running from that, because I don't believe that that's normal. Because the reason why I say that it's not normal is because sex is the purpose of sex initially was created to perpetuate the races. So if there is no there it be so if through sex you can't perpetuate race, then basically you just a freak. And I'm saying I'm saying this with no uncertainty that, man, I'm a man. I'm married. I love my wife, and we have sex that is not geared towards perpetuating the race, but at the same time, it's still the aspect of it, the purpose of it. What is the purpose of it?
Want me to answer that question?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to build on that. You know, I like to add on to your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, brother.
Yeah.
Where you say we got homosexuality at its apex in the black community,
Right.
which was never in the black community, which was never amongst the original people. Homosexuality was unheard of.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that, but what I'm going,
okay,
it wasn't promoted like it is today.
It was a time,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to discuss this for the listening audience.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time
Mm-hmm.
that homosexuality was unheard of. There was a time that was unheard of. So we got to dig back and go back to the time when homosexuality was introduced. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about we going back thousands of years. We've been here for a long time, brother. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now, it was another time. There was not molestation. Okay, molestation is at its apex in the black community. That's what the Caucasian done. That was they doing. That wasn't amongst us. But now it's high. There was, just like there was a time that wasn't cancer wasn't heard of amongst us. You know, now that wasn't no 1,000 years ago. This was 100 years ago. You know, a little over 100 years ago. But I want to add on and say, what's the purpose of this sex? You know what I'm saying? Uh, this what happened to us. We got to sit here right now and understand this. We have to understand, overstand, and understand who taught us sex. Meaning, where did we first get our knowledge of sex from? And let me educate us amongst the viewing audience and us here. Where we got it from is from the beast. We got it from a beast. That's where we learned it from. We did not learn this practice, this sacred practice, from our African traditions. Because our African traditions see sex as sacred and holy. But we have sex in a whole different manner. In truth, it's not even sex. We use a counterpart. We use, me, you, whoever, we use the vagina to masturbate. And she used our penis to masturbate. We're not really having sex. Sex is a high spiritual connection. This is how what we're supposed to do. The man, like he said, is God, and the woman is goddess. It makes what we call Allah. Allah is all in all, and which is the proper name. All right. So once you put these two together, they make one. So in order to reach that, the man must enter the woman, and they become one. And it's sacred. And there's different positions. Just as he's on top of her, she's on the bottom, representing the earth and the celestial bodies of the heavens, the heaven canopying over the earth. There's a lot of different positions that represent things universal in nature. And that brings about things. And it's a creative process on a metaphysical level that can produce to the physical. So when you creating not just what you can create with your seed, but you create with your mind also through that process, because it's a creation process. Once you enter into becoming one with your partner, and you are then God in that moment. And through our African history, we knew this, which we call tantra or sacred sexuality. But now we learn sex from a beast when we never experienced sex, when we never had sex. We have what we call masturbation. We just don't use our hand or use all these tools